how much traveling could bring to you. You are listening to the right radio station at this moment because you're going to hear one among the most inspiring stories. Uh, if you ask me. So the number is 0712 Feel free to text in or to call in case you have any question. And of course, I'm happy to let you know that I am with a very, very beautiful lady with me in the studio, and I will let her introduce herself. Good morning.
Good morning. Habari za asubuhi.
Salama sana. Ooh, she even knows Swahili now.
Kidogo. I'm learning.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's very good. Can you kindly introduce yourself? Who are you?
Good morning. I'm Catherine Kashimbo, otherwise known as TravelingSista, and I'm just pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, because it's one thing to invite you, and of course, quite another to show up. So,
Yes.
I'm glad that you did. Now, I would really like to. I understand. You're originally from USA.
Yes.
Yes, but now you live in Tanzania permanently.
I sure do.
You are a citizen.
Right now I don't have citizenship. I have residency.
A residency.
Yes.
Because
I'm a resident.
Because you are married to
my
a
dear
Tanzanian.
husband. Yes.
Yes.
Tanzanian.
Yeah. So tell us about, a little bit briefly, why Tanzania? How did all this start from the US to Tanzania?
Well, just, to kind of make it short and sweet, I just got tired of the everyday rat race in America. I got tired of being overworked and underpaid. I got tired of a lot of things going on politically, economically, racism, things like this that we have to face in America on an everyday basis. I got tired of that, and I ultimately just wanted a change of scenery, and I really wanted to dive deeper into who I was as a displaced African, because all of us Black people worldwide, we're from here. We're from the continent. We don't know where, but we know we're from here.
Okay.
So it just kind of began on a journey of being fed up, and unsettled, and I was trying to find some peace.
And what were you doing in the US? First of all, what state are you from?
I'm originally from California, but I grew up in Virginia on the East Coast.
And what were you doing there?
Well, I was in the military. I was in the Navy for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was in the Navy for 6 years. It seems like a whole lifetime ago. But I was in the Navy, and then I got out and went to school for graphic design, for film, and for marine engineering. So I have a wide background in different things. But yeah, that's what I was doing basically.
All right, now that's very interesting. I understand there are more than 54 countries in Africa.
Absolutely.
But why Tanzania?
Man, Tanzania. Okay, so just to be honest, when I first started looking at the continent, I was overwhelmed because it is 54 countries, and I'm like, okay, I know I want to move to the continent, but where? Because everyone talks about Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria. They usually speak on West Africa.
Yes.
And of course I did a little research, but I was like, what's in East Africa? No one ever talks about going to East Africa. So let me just literally look on a map and see what's there. And so, I was researching Kenya, I was researching Rwanda and all these things, and I still couldn't settle on a place in my heart. So I literally Googled, where is the Serengeti? Because I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
all
all right. So Serengeti brought you to Tanzania.
Yes.
Literally, we can say that.
Literally, yes.
And I am a proud Tanzanian right now.
Yes.
Just hearing that. Well, that's very interesting. And TravelingSista.
Yes.
TravelingSista. Now, was traveling something that you really wanted to do, or ever since when you're still in the States, or
absolutely,
or your type of job also forced you to travel a lot?
A little
or
bit
is
of
it
both.
your passion?
It's both, honestly. I grew up in a family where my grandparents, at least once a year, they took us, even if it was somewhere locally around Virginia, we went somewhere outside of our hometown, and a couple of times, growing up, I've lived in a couple of other countries and things like that, but I was very young, like 2 and 3 years old. But just traveling has always been in my blood. And then I joined the Navy, which is the military branch that travels the most out of all of them. So that fed my desire, it fed my heart that I already had for traveling, and it just expanded.
Yeah. And before deciding to settle in Tanzania, had you traveled to Africa before?
No, this was my first time on the continent.
And the last.
And the last. And the last.
Wow.
It's here. It's home now.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And do you go back to the US to visit?
I do. The last time I was back was about a year ago. It was October.
October last year.
Yes.
Exactly a year ago.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about your family, friends, your US family and friends.
Okay.
How did they all take this?
Honestly,
your decision. Did they give you a hard time in the beginning?
When I can count, I maybe can count on 2 or 3 fingers how many people question my decision. Like, oh, are you crazy? Because the narrative they paint about the continent is not good. And so, but most people, they really were not surprised at all. They knew, because they know how I am. I'm a very free spirit.
Okay.
I like to explore, and the continent is overall, it's just a very beautiful place. So they were like, Kat, I'm not surprised. Go have fun. I'm gonna come visit.
All right. And they all support you.
Yeah.
Do they visit you?
I've had a few friends so far visit me. My mother and my BB, they both visited for our wedding back in December 2018.
Okay.
They came out for a month. They loved it.
All right.
And I've had 2 friends come out, and I have another friend coming out in 2 weeks.
Wow. So you haven't lost touch?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your husband.
Yes.
Yes. So you came here wanting just to move to Africa, move to Tanzania.
Yes.
But boom.
I know. I swear. Like, I didn't come here in search for love.
Yeah.
I didn't come here.
I'm trying hard to believe you.
I know, right? Because of how fast it happened and everything, like, and how seamlessly it happened. But I came here really to decompress and to clear my mind, because when you live in a place like America, it can get very overwhelming with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You're moving constantly. Time is money. This, that, and other. You don't have time to really just sit down, think, just heal even, from certain things that you may be going through.
Indeed.
Life forces you to be in a fast pace. So I came ultimately to enjoy and to take it in, to learn about Tanzanian culture, to learn about Tanzanian people, to see what this beautiful country is all about, because I knew it couldn't possibly be what they show us in Western media.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And speaking of culture in Tanzania, I understand you had a traditional wedding.
Yes, I did.
In Moshi.
Yep, in Bokom village.
In Bokom village. Actually,
Yes.
I'm originally from Moshi as well, but the other side of it, Rombo, a little bit far
Okay.
from the village. But we are one. We are
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Chaga people, all one.
All one.
Now, speaking of that, how was the experience? Like, I'm sure it's not a usual thing, especially in the village.
Right.
Now, right now, I'm just wondering, how did all that go? How did you manage to bring those, elders in the village together, understand this whole thing, and have that wonderful reception that you did? How was all that?
Oh man, it was. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it, because it was so amazing. It really was. Coming from America, we have a different type of traditional wedding that we do.
Yeah.
And it's basically, white gown, ballroom, big princess type of wedding. And in the back of my mind, I always wanted that, until I was like, actually, no, you came here to Tanzania, you met your king, okay?
Oh yeah.
You met a man who's very proud to be Tanzanian. So let's embrace the culture, And so, like, the fact that we had our wedding in the village where all of his ancestors came from, it just meant so much to me, because I felt like there was a certain blessing having it at his BB's house. It was a certain blessing having the wedding in an area where all of his family is from. And the people in Mbocom village are so sweet. They're such sweet people, and they, they see that I'm different. They see my tattoos and things like that. They see that I don't.
And how do they react to that?
They just look and it's not, they don't react badly at all. They just kind of look. Some people like grab my arm and look at my tattoos and stuff, and they're like, oh,
So they have like you can say they have welcomed you well. You feel welcomed?
Yes. Oh yes.
You feel welcomed when you're there.
I do. I feel so welcome, even though I don't speak Kiswahili and I only know like 2 words of Kichaga, but
Yeah. If you need to get your Swahili straight first, Kichaga needs to come later.
It does.
Yeah, because some of us that also came later.
Yeah.
So Swahili. And how speaking of Swahili, by the way, now that you're here, how is that a barrier? You not knowing Swahili?
It was at first. I'm a lot better at Kiswahili than I am when I first stepped off the plane.
Yes.
But I still have a lot of work to do, and I can't lie. I have not been working like I should have because my husband is
speaks English.
Yeah, and he speaks English, and so if we go somewhere and I'm like, babe, I don't understand what they said. Can you help me? He'll tell me what they said, and it makes my brain work less, which is not a good thing when it comes to being in a different country and learning the language. You have to learn the language.
Now I'll tell you one thing. Mm-hmm. This is home now.
Yes, it is.
Eventually, you will know how to speak Swahili, but as you say, I think you need to work a little bit harder on that. Yeah. Sometimes you need to take some risks.
Yeah.
At some point, that just go out alone. You way around now?
Yeah, I do. I know my way around
the city.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm getting familiar with Dar. I'm pretty good at Arusha.
You are in Arusha before.
Yes.
Before, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I'm pretty familiar with Arusha, but I'm getting to know Dar, Kidogo, and I've gone out a few times by myself, and I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, and you'll get better. Now, right now, I'd really like you to talk to Tanzanians listening to you right now, who would really like to be traveling, but for some reason, just because it's not in our, I don't want to say it's not in our nature, but it's something not common here.
Right.
Like. Even what you did, it's something not common here as well.
Right, yeah.
And I'm sure at some point, you said from your side, everything was okay. Just few people were like, are you sure of what you're trying to do?
Right, yeah.
But here, I'm sure majority will be like, are you crazy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll get that a lot here than you got there. Now, I would like you to address that.
So, for anyone... my fellow Tanzanian brothers and sisters who are listening, who want to travel, I say travel is one of the most important things that you can do in your life to expand your awareness, not only about yourself, but about other people. And what I mean by that is you never know how you move in certain situations until you put yourself in that situation. And when through all of my travels, I've been to almost 30 different countries. Okay. And the one thing that I have realized about everyone, no matter what country, no matter if I'm in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, England, and no matter where I'm at, the people at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. Mm-hmm. We're different, but we at the base level, we're the same. Yeah.
My dad would say, before anything, we're first human beings.
Yes.
Before anything.
That's true.
That's what he usually says. That, before you're a woman, before you're a man, before you're black, before you're white, you are first a human being.
Yes.
And that unites us.
Yeah, it's true. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be happy. We all want to provide for our families. We all want to feel like we have a purpose, and these things, despite our differences, these things tie us together.
Yeah.
Yep.
They sure do. Now, speaking of providing to our families, I understand you have a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
2 years now.
Yes.
By the way, belated happy birthday to her and to you.
Oh,
your birthday was on 1st of October.
Yes, it was.
Yes. So belated happy birthday to you. And Zora now. I'm interested to know a little bit about her. What is her first language, really?
Ooh, Kiswahili English.
All right.
Yeah, really. And honestly, she knows more Kiswahili than I do.
And you expected that, right?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I love it. You know, she teaches me.
Yeah. Sometimes she'll be the one teaching you.
Yeah, she does.
Really? Okay. Very interesting. Now, as we're almost winding up, I would like you to say, to tell us, what is that one experience you have in Tanzania that you think maybe you could never have if you remained in these states?
Oh, man. Okay, so just to answer that plainly, the one experience that I've had is a peace of mind.
Okay.
Okay, and especially when, you know, I'm surrounded by nature, okay, like surrounded by just natural sounds. And it might sound funny to some people out here who've grown up out here, but just hearing a chicken in the morning, hearing cows.
You don't have that in Virginia, do you?
No, not where I grew up. Absolutely not. You know, we like I said earlier, we're just on the go, go, go. And to have a peace of mind, to be able to address things that are going on within, because a lot of times as human beings, we're so worried about the external world, we don't take time and reflect on ourselves. Like, hey, check in with yourself. Like, Kat, hey, how are you feeling today? You know, are you okay? Your mental space, you're okay? You're good? Is everything good? You know, we don't have time to do that. But out here, I felt like I've had time to do that. And the food is natural. So
hospitality.
Yeah,
Speak of hospitality,
people,
because
people are very, very welcoming here.
Yeah,
I've been welcomed into the home of complete strangers because that's just the culture. I feel like, at least in my experience, that's just the culture. That's how I met my lovely husband right over there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Something that you of course, I think it's very rare in America.
Oh no,
not there at all.
I would say maybe 95% not there.
Yeah. And by the way, and speaking of that, were you never when he welcomed you to his home just like that? Did you just go there wholeheartedly, or were you like, is this a thing? Because before that, you didn't know about it.
You know what? In any other situation, I would have been nervous because that's just not how we do.
Yes.
But something in my heart and something in my mind were like, you know, just trust the process. And I thought about it for 2 seconds, like, oh my gosh, this is weird. Oh, let's just go with the flow. And I just went, and I didn't feel any negative energy. I didn't feel any hesitation whatsoever after that.
And you were not scared at all?
No, I wasn't. And that's why I feel like it was divine, you know?
Look how it turned out.
Yes.
Divine it was, indeed. Well, it has been a pleasure having you, Catherine.
Thank you so much.
I do believe this is first of many times.
Oh, absolutely.
Of having you here at TBC International. Very quickly, before I say goodbye to you, the final remarks.
My final remarks is that, you know, anyone listening, whether you are local Tanzanian or whether you are from anywhere else in the world, just, you know, Tanzanians, you have a beautiful country. You are a beautiful people. Continue to just be welcoming. Continue to be yourself. Continue to be really the light of Africa. Seriously.
We are the light of Africa.
Yes, you are.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm liking what you're saying about
real.
my country.
Yes, listen, and this is from the heart. It's not because I'm on air.
Yes.
This is not because we're doing this interview right now. This is from the heart. Tanzania is the light of Africa. And anyone else listening, even if you don't relocate like I did, pay it a visit. It's a beautiful country. You will not regret it.
All right. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you. We are glad to have you.
And thank you so much for inviting me. This was really very fun. This was fun.
It was fun, right?
Yeah.
It was nice having you. And once again, let's do this again.
Okay, asante.
All right. That was Catherine, and of course, very interesting story. I do believe that you have learned a lot, and just as she said, just go for it. Go for it. When you feel it, go for it. You never know what will turn out. Now that marks the end of International Breakfast for today. Coming up next at 10 a.m. news update. with Grace Gabriel. Catch up with me again tomorrow, 6:30. Twitter and EvaLillian Messiah is my name. And I wish you a very, very lovely Thursday. Make sure that if you can, stay indoors. Just stay indoors if you can, because we all know what happened on Tuesday. You wouldn't want to face that, right? Here's Freshly Ground, Fire's Low. Cheers. And that's it.
That was very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Interesting. I wish we had a lot of time to talk more, but it is what it is.